Hi, in this lecture, let's get into the AutoCAD software. I'll launch the AutoCAD software, and here we are going to discuss about 3D template, user interface, and workspace. As I launch the AutoCAD software, this is the user interface I'm ending up, and this is called as a recent file screen. Why we call recent file screen in the sense, recently opened files are available here. For example, if you want to quickly open the file that you are working or the project that you are working recently, you can simply click here and open the file. Or else if you have your files in a specific path, then you can click this open button and there you can navigate into your folder system and open the required file. I'll close this dialog box. And if you want to create a new file, in that case, you can drop down this button and you can start with any of these templates. And here I can find multiple templates. And if you don't see these templates files here, always you can click this browse templates button. That will show all the templates. Now here I have a template called AutoCAD. This is for 2D imperial work. Imperial in the sense if you want to work with feet and inches, then this is the template. And AutoCAD 3D means if you want to work with imperial feet and inches units, and if you want to develop 3D, then this is the template. In same fashion, and if you want to work with 2D with a metric unit, millimeter units, then you can start with AutoCAD ISO. And if you want to work with metric millimeter 3D, then you can open AutoCAD ISO 3D. So in this case, I'm going to deal with architectural building. So I'll stick with AutoCAD 3D. That means I'm going to work with imperial units, feet and inches. And I'm going to work with 3D. Now this is a template file. I can say open and that will take me to the main user interface of the AutoCAD. Now the first thing that I notice is when I look at this ribbon, I can find the same 2D tools. Here in the Home tab, I can find Draw Panel, Modify and so on. All of them are 2D tools. But if I check the model space, I can find it is 3D. I can see the X-axis, Y-axis and Z-axis. It is in the 3D environment. So in order to change the workspace, what I'll do is I'll click on this workspace switching button and here you can find drafting and annotation. This drafting and annotation is for 2D. So what I'll do is I'll get into the 3D and I have two options here, 3D basics and 3D modeling. I'll click on the 3D modeling because there I get all the tools. So I'll select 3D modeling. Now when you select 3D modeling, now if you observe the ribbon and here we can find all the tools are now changed according to 3D. Now here we have Home tab and here we have Box, Extrude, Polyline and also we have the Draw and Modify 2D tools as well. And if you check the tabs, here we have Solid tab, Surface tab, Mesh tab, Visualization and so on. Now let's identify the major components in this user interface. I'll start from the left upper corner and here we have the Autodesk logo. So that is called as Application Browser. When I click the Application Browser and here we can find the options to save, open or save as or import the files, export the files and publishing and print or plot related things. And next to the Application Browser, here we have a bar and this is called as Quick Access Toolbar. And this is the ribbon. And the ribbon is divided by many tabs like Home tab, Solid tab, Surface tab, Mesh tab and so on. And if you come to a particular tab, that is divided into multiple panels. For example, here we have Modeling panel, Mesh panel, Solid editing panel, Draw panel and so on. And each panel having the tools or we say the AutoCAD command. And just below the ribbon, we have the File tab. And here you have a plus sign. If you want to open another new drawing, you can click this plus sign so that it will open another new drawing. Now this is called as File tab. I'll close this file. Now I have only one drawing file. And then this big area is called as model space. This is where we are going to model. And within the model space, we have many things. For example, if you come here in the left upper corner of the model space, we have controls. And there are three controls. In the left corner, we have viewport controls. And in the middle, we have view controls. And in the right, we have visual style controls. And in the right upper corner, this is called as view cube and this bar is called as navigation bar. And at the bottom, we have the command line. And the bottommost bar is called as status bar. In the left side of the status bar, we have model and layout tabs. And this is the model space. If I click the layout one, that is the paper space. By default, I have 2 layout spaces. If I want, I can click this plus sign to create another drawing sheet. And if I don't want, I can right click and say delete, and I can delete it. Now we have 2 paper spaces, that means layout spaces, and the model space is here. And in the right side of the status bar, we can find a lot of buttons, and these are called as mode settings. Okay, that's the brief identification of the major components in the 3D user interface. And if you check the UCS, and in this direction we have the x-axis, and here y-axis and z-axis. Now if I come to this view cube, in the left upper corner of the view cube, I have a little home button, and that is called the home view. And if I click that home, see how the UCS is turning. Now the UCS is turned in according to the home view. And this is the x-axis, and this is the y-axis, and this is the z-axis. Now this view is called as home view. Okay, with this knowledge, let's continue with the next lecture.